The guide and the Smart Guide are another essential tool to design the mobile app. You have to use the guide and the Smart Guide to make things aligned and perfect. To bring the guideline in our canvas, you have to press Ctrl or Command plus R from the keyboard, and you see a ruler in the top side and the left-hand side. Another way you can bring the ruler is to go to the View menu. From there, select Ruler. And now if you want to place a guide horizontally, you have to bring it from here in the top side. You have to make sure that the Move tool is selected. Then from here, drag. Then you will see a guide. Black guideline. Just release this one. You will see it's magenta. And if you want to place a guideline vertically, you have to bring this one from the left-hand side. Drag this one and place it here. You can snap it in the middle, see? Snapped in the middle, or you can snap this one also in the center. It's snapped in the center. So remember, the color of this guideline is as we made it in the preferences before. See the guide color? Is the magenta. Click OK. And if you see that your guideline is not snapping, then go to the View menu. From there, turn on Snap. And you can also snap like Snap to Guide, Snap to Layer, Snap to Document Bounds. And if you want to remove a guideline, make sure that the Move tool is selected. Then from here, you see how the cursor changes. Then left-click the mouse button. That means this guideline is selected. And drag this upward. And the guideline is removed now. Let's remove this one also. And another way you can place a guideline is select View. From there, New Guide Layout. Click OK. And you will see a new window. From here, you already see we have 1, 2, one at the top, one at the left, right, and bottom. We have 4 different guidelines. If you look at the margins with this selected, we have 20 pixels from top, 30 from the left, from the bottom, 20 pixels, and the right. We have 30 pixels. If I deselect the margins, the guides go away, and select again. Now I'll select this one, the column. And you see now we have column number is 2. Let's make the gutter 0 for now. Let's make the column number 4. And see we have 4 columns now. 1, 2, 3, 4. And select the row. Make the gutter 0 for now. And in the row, let's put 5. And now we have 5 rows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 rows. Now we can change each gutter to 2 pixels. So put the 2 pixels for the column and the 2 pixels for the row. So we have a 2 pixel gutter for the columns and the rows. So click OK. So now we have 4 columns and 5 rows. You can lock the guidelines by selecting the View menu. From there, select Lock Guides. And you can clear all of the guides. From the View menu, select Clear Guides. All the guides will be cleared from the canvas. Suppose that you are working on a mobile app design which has the same magenta color of these guidelines. Let's see. We make a shape. And see, we have the same magenta color of the guides. Now, we don't see our guidelines very well. In this case, go to Photoshop, Preferences, select Guides, Grid, and Slices. From there, change the color of the guideline. Magenta, let's say to cyan. Or change the color to green. Or change color to red. No, red is, can't see it now. Or yellow. Yellow we can see. And click OK. While designing the mobile apps, you need to copy the guidelines. Suppose that you have a few similar screens. So you have a few guidelines with the same distance, vertically and horizontally. So maybe complex guidelines, you already have them in your canvas. You want to copy these guidelines for your other similar screens. But in Photoshop, there is no option to copy and paste guidelines. There is a script which is very difficult to learn. I will show you the easy way to copy the guidelines. So let's see how to copy the guidelines from one screen to another. In this screen, we have very complex guidelines. So if we make a similar screen and we need the same guidelines again to keep our design consistent, again, we cannot copy those in Photoshop and paste in our new screen. Go to the File menu, select New, and in the Document type, in the Custom, click in the drop-down Custom and select this one. See this one? Pinterest Profile PSD. This is the file of this one, Pinterest Profile PSD. These are the guidelines we want to copy to our new screen. So the document type would be the Pinterest Profile document, but the name will be different. Maybe it would be Pinterest feed or Pinterest setting. And the width and the height would be the same setting of 755 by 1334. Now document type Pinterest profile.psd is selected. Click OK. Now see the new screen, it has the same guidelines as our Pinterest profile PSD. Let's see how the Smart Guide works. So we have a rectangle shape here, and the Move tool is selected. Go to the View menu. From there, select Show, and from there, turn on the Smart Guide. Okay. And now the Move tool is selected. Grab this one. Move it to here. See? See, when it comes to the center, a guideline appears. That means this rectangle shape is in the center or in the middle of the canvas. And now it's in the center of the canvas, vertically and horizontally. Now, if I want to make a copy of this object, by holding down the Alt-Option key from the keyboard, and the Move tool is selected, then if I drag down, you see by default it displays 85 by 85 pixels. That means how much distance is between these two shapes, and it's in the same alignment. If I move it right, see it's showing how far I have moved, 42 pixels. And if I move this one to the left, it shows that. I move to 153 pixels to the left-hand side. Then I come back. See, it shows that now I'm aligned with our previous shape. And if I make another copy by holding down the Alt or Option key from the keyboard, again we see it shows we have 83 by 83 pixel distance between these three shapes. Release it. Thank you very much for watching this lecture.